Hello and welcome to Tantrum House Studio 3. I'm Will Meadows.
And I'm Sarah Meadows, and today we're looking at the game Pie Town from Renegade Game Studios.
Pie Town from designer Daniel Fremgen is a 2-to-4 player dice as worker placement game.
It's a super fun theme that's about spies, lies, and apple pies. Let's take a look at the components and gameplay.
Over the course of 9 rounds before the final bake-off, players will be competing to earn the most points by baking pies.
Players begin the game with 2 worker dice in their break room and then have to decide where to send them each round. Some spaces will improve the value of their die and others will actually reduce it.
Sending a die to the orchard board will allow you to collect fresh fruit up to the number of your die face, which you must immediately put into your storage room.
Sending a die to the kitchen will bake your fruit into pies, which will get sent to the market.
And sending a die to the market will allow you to sell either a column or a row's worth of pies for big victory points.
You track your points around the scoreboard with your individual pie marker, and you also can steal that first player marker on this board as well.
You have lots of other options too, like hiring on additional staff, upgrading your baking abilities, your storage room size, and even the number of victory points that you claim each time you bake.
After everyone's dice have been played, the round ends, new fruit gets added to the tree, and the next round begins.
For being a worker placement game, Pie Town not only offers really great artwork and cool theme, it also has a mystery element.
Yeah, something we haven't touched on yet is the fact that we're baking, and there's obviously going to be secret recipes involved.
At the beginning of the game, players will choose 3 ingredients to put into their secret recipe box. Then each time they bake, they have the option of scoring 7 points if they're able to use those ingredients in their pie.
It's typically a good idea to bake several pies at one time because your opponents get to see all of the ingredients you use, and if they can determine your secret recipe, they can start baking it for themselves for big points.
Also, after the 9th round, players will compete in the final bake-off. If they're able to guess the secret ingredients in each other's boxes, they'll score extra victory points for the game. So this might be one of my new favorite games for the month. I've had a blast playing it. I love worker placement games. I super love dice as worker placement games. And then on top of that, the fact that the theme ties in so well with the mechanics, ooh, it's good.
Yeah, this may be the first worker placement game that I would also put in the category of gateway game. The theme ties so well that someone who may not have played a worker placement before would be able to pick it up because it's obvious you need to go to the orchard to pick the fruit before you can go to the kitchen to bake, and then you need to sell your pies at market to get some money to do other stuff. So it just works very well together, and it plays in about an hour. So it's a shorter game. It's not one of those 2 or 3 or 5 hour worker placement games that are on some people's shelves.
Yeah, I think the iconography really helps in this game. It's very straightforward. The instruction manual is pretty clear. I think most gamers could jump into it once they have it set up and really kind of know exactly what to do. But there are still some good options, like what order you want to do the things in. If somebody gets in your way, then it's a matter of what do I upgrade next and how do I balance out and get the most victory points. And then that mystery element is kind of unique and interesting. I don't know that I felt like it really impacted the end of the game. Usually everybody kind of has an idea of what other people's ingredients are, and so it's a really small point margin that it really changes. But I love that it fits into the theme, and it does give you some extra things to do on other people's turns while they're turning in their pie ingredients, so you're kind of like, taking notes on stuff like that. So it kind of reduces a little bit of the downtime, which there's not much in this game because it's pretty quick. We really enjoyed it a lot. We've had fun teaching it, and
Tantrum House gives Pie Town 2
thumbs up.